Hari Om and welcome to all the Divine Atma Jyotis to today's AVSC Satsang. Let us continue our contemplation on Advaita Makaranda. So far we've been listening to Sri Prabhuji's talks on Advaita Makaranda and also learning how to chant the shlokas, and we are contemplating shloka by shloka. So far we've completed the contemplation up to shloka number 4. So today let us continue from shloka number 5. So, Rajita ji, would you be able to today chant shloka number 5 and also contemplate?
I'll try, Ajay ji.
I apologize. I think we have completed till 5, 6 onwards. We have to continue from 6 onwards. Abha Rupasya Vishwasya.
Okay.
Yeah.
आभारूपस्य विश्वस्य भानं भासन्निधेर्विना आभारूपस्य विश्वस्य भानं निधेर्विना कदाचिन्न Okay. कप्लेत
Kalpeta. Kadachinnavakalpeta.
कदाचिन्नावकल्पेत भाचाहं तेन सर्वगः.
Correct.
The appearance of this luminous world is impossible without the presence of the source of light. Since I am that very light of awareness, I pervade everything. In order to contemplate this, according to my understanding, first of all, we Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. So here, when we are in duality, when we are in the sense duality, according to my view, duality comes whenever we are in we are operating from lower mind. So whenever we are operating from lower mind, we get all these dualities. She is separate, I am separate. This is mine, that is hers. And so all that separation comes when I am operating from my lower mind. And in that case, Jiva, I, Ishvara, God, Jagat, world. So all the three are separate. Because when I operate from lower mind, the awareness that awareness is I am that Tattvam Asi awareness will not be there. So I can't feel that I am everything. I am not separate from her. So that Advaita Bhava will not be there. So here Lakshmidhara Kavi is also trying to tell the same thing. So the appearance of this world and the Ishvara and Jiva can be felt as one. Oneness. The oneness can be felt in the light of that awareness that I pervade everything. And what are the wanted to know what are the challenges that we are facing to feel this oneness. So one is Chitta Shuddhi, and that is a main challenge because we gather through our senses and through our previous samskaras, previous life vasanas and samskaras. We Though we try to get the knowledge from the guru, from the shastras, guru, to know the Advaita philosophy and to feel the oneness, because we lack the Chitta Shuddhi, we will not be able to feel that the we will not be able to live in moment to moment in that light of awareness. So that is my understanding. I'll see if I can improvise once everybody shares.
Are there any questions that anybody wants to frame for Rajita ji based on what you are seeing as a shloka and what you are hearing from her? Does anybody want to raise any questions? So Vidyaji, this is the format of Vedanta Manana. So Vedanta Manana, you have a Vedantin who has the clarity of whatever the truth that is being submitted. And there's a Purva Pakshi. So another one acts as a Purva Pakshi. So that a sharp question can make that particular truth illuminate better, can understand it better, can go deeper. Yeah. So therefore the prompt, are there any questions for Ajita ji? Hari Om Anupama ji.
Hari Om Vijay ji, Hari Om all.
So today we have started the contemplation with shloka number 6. Just now Rajita ji chanted this and also shared her perspective. So I'm asking, are there any questions that anybody wants to ask Rajita ji on this? Saravanan ji, you have a question?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are clearly audible.
Hari Om Rajita ji. So here, I feel this verse is talking about how Brahman pervades everything. Right. So, from that point of view, what is your understanding? How do you say?
Brahman pervades everywhere. So
yeah, how is that's the how is that he is explaining?
no, since I see next he is telling in the next line, see first line is abha rupasya vishwasya bhanam bhasam. So first line is telling that that is in the form of light, that Brahman, okay, that is in the form of light, the external creation or the world, and the without sometimes we can feel that, and since I am the very light of awareness, I also pervade everywhere. The I is referring to Atma. So here I feel we are equating I, Atma, with the world, Brahman, everywhere Brahman. So that equation, I think this shloka, Kavi is trying to, Lakshmidhara Kavi is trying to tell us how that self is equal. He's telling us the logic of how the self is equivalent to Brahman. World. Brahman that is pervading everywhere.
Yeah,
But
that's what I
without
was
the
trying to
knowledge
understand how.
without the knowledge of uh, me, am I able to experience Brahman every now and then? If I'm able to do that, then it becomes easy for me to uh, become aware of uh, the Brahman, aware of the Brahman everywhere around. So, um, so the knowledge has to be in the mind. The enlightenment has to happen in the mind. I am already that. I am already Brahman. I need not become that Brahman. I am already Brahman. Just that because of the ajnana, ignorance in the mind, I feel that I am I am identified with this body, identified as woman, identified as mother, and I feel I am suffering. So I try to overcome that. I do that. I try. Uh, for that happiness, to gain that happiness and to gain that Paramananda. I do all sort of things. I go to that ashram, this ashram. I read those books. I try to gain that experience, but um, it's just realizing that I am Brahman. So, as I told you, the obstacles that come across is Chitta Malin. So, those are according to my perspective, those are the main obstacles. So, Karma Yoga and Upasana will help us to get rid of all the vasanas and samskaras, and the chitta becomes purified so that it will be easy for the jnana to get established and realize that I am Brahma. So that realization uh, is what this Kavi, because when I have that realization, that light of awareness um, can be felt easily. Then Jiva, Jagat, and Ishvara, um, that is nothing but Brahman. I am Brahman can be felt without any doubt. I hope I got answered the question.
Rajita ji, I have one question. Yeah,
Padmaji,
so
sorry for
you,
interrupting you. Sorry for interrupting you.
yeah,
I want to ask Saravananji whether he feels his question has been satisfactorily answered, and then you can
yeah,
raise your objection, Ji.
yeah,
Not directly, Vijayji, but let Padmaji also finish. We'll come back. So the way I hear this, Gita has explained that like from jnana, the Guru has said that she is Brahman, which she is trying to experience, and the challenge is Chitta Shuddhi. Okay, so that part is explained, and on the other side, I was trying to understand like how is the Kavi explaining uh, Brahman is pervading everywhere. Okay. I think I didn't get that answer fully. We'll wait and see. I will let uh, Padmaji continue.
Sharavan, see,
Mhm.
light of see, I think I'll just try one more try. I'll give it a try. Since sun, here we will imagine that pure eye as a physical sun. Okay, that sun, the light pervades everything. Because of that sunlight, we can see everything. So in the same way, the self. See, in the second line, the Kavi explains, since that I am that very light of awareness, I pervade everything. So I think in that way, Kavi has explained. So I think Vijayji can further
Yeah, so
give us
Saravananji's question is how?
how.
So the Kavi has made a statement that
Mm,
I am the very light of awareness and I pervade
mm,
everything. So he has compared the Vishwa, and the Vishwa needs light to see. And how is that I pervade everything? How can you make that conclusion in a step-by-step manner? How can you come to that clarity? That is a question that Saravanan is raising. So let us also listen to Padmaji's question and let's see your response. And based on that, we can further develop that.
Yes, yes.
Hari Om Deepaji. Hari Om Satya.
Hari Om, sir. Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Vijayji.
Hari Om. So today we have taken up shloka number 6 for contemplation. Rajita ji has chanted and she has given her brief understanding. After that, other Atmajyotis are asking questions based on whatever the explanation that Rajita ji has given. Padmaji, please go ahead.
Yeah, yes, sir. So, I just wanted to ask one question while explaining the first time. Before Saravanan put the second question, Rajita ji said that every now and then when I experience Brahman, I just want to understand it more deeply, like what she meant by that. Rajita ji, could you please?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Why did you say that every now and then I experience Brahman?
Because I am that, but I'm not able to experience moment to moment. That's because of some Maya illusions. I think that I am this body, I am this daughter of someone. I identify myself with so many other things. That is because of wrong understanding.
Okay, so that experience part is where my question is is it something to be experienced? Who you truly are, like you said, I am that. Is that truly to be experienced? Can it be experienced?
So now, is there a difference between? I am trying to understand.
Yeah, because
See,
even I had that question because because why I'll tell you, because when we talk in a, I mean, say for a layman, we cannot say it in any other way. Okay, it's not that I'm questioning your understanding. It's just that I want to understand a better way to put it across, because probably maybe I would have also said that in that way. But I want to understand where you are coming from, because it is not easy to say that it's an experience. But what else? Maybe even Vijay sir can clarify. What other word can we use to describe that?
Padmaji, I am really happy to answer this, because when I'm answering, I go deep inside and I see what I meant by that word. So it is very good. Those questions I'll try. If not, I think Vijayji will support me. So I'll give you one example. For example, if I give my son one science book and I ask him to read the chapter and understand that chapter, he will read, he will understand. But if I ask him to do an experiment related to the whatever theory that is given there, he will do it, and his understanding will be more right. So the understanding to go deeper and deeper, I think experiments are conducted in science. So in the same way, even in the Adhyatma, this is also understanding of our own nature. So when I'm trying to know who am I, this experience becomes very important to me than the understanding just a theory written by such and such Swamiji, or because they have experienced and written. they have written those books. Even the Lakshmidhara Kavi has written these slokas. Unless I read these slokas, understand the meaning and experience. See, just reading the sloka, understanding this meaning, will give me knowledge to some extent. But experiencing each word is very important. When I relate my son's science experiment with this Lakshmidhara Kavi's text experience, so I feel deeper understanding is nothing but experience. I think I have answered to my knowledge.
Yeah. What you answered is correct. Okay, that was my point. Like, similarly, even I would have said it like that. But is it even correct for us to use the word experience? Because can something like that, which is infinite, which is truly me, be experienced? I mean, see how I see it is, in the present moment, like you said, every moment, even when you are in the moment, there is only a flow, right? You cannot distinguish in at that moment. It is very difficult to distinguish that um I am witnessing and I am seeing this happening. That kind of thing is not there. You are one with the entire thing that is happening at that moment, right?
Yes.
That is what I understand by truly being in the moment. And most of the time, when you're truly in the moment, there is not probably any recollection of that. I feel like that. Okay. Especially for me, like if I look at whatever I have gone through in life, there are only certain things which are very deeply in my memory. Okay. And I associate that moments with a separation. Okay. I was not in alignment with myself when I was diagnosed with something. So there was a conflict between the real me, which is like probably witnessing that which is coming, and I'm not able to accept it. So that's the ego part of me. So those conflict filled moments are what are stored as memory for me, as far as I am concerned. Like if I think about that, those are the memories that are stored. Okay. And for example, my son's birth was a moment where I, more than my safety or my this thing, I am giving importance to that process, right? Like everything should be good. So although that was a blissful moment or a happy moment and I was in that moment, you cannot like, okay, I think back and I say that okay, it was a happy moment or whatever, but in that process itself, I was one with everything. I couldn't distinguish it. Got me? Like, I don't know if I'm putting. Yeah. So that is the difference I feel. That is why I was telling that when you are in the moment, can you truly experience? Because you are part of that flow. You are not separate. I feel that to experience anything, there is still a separation. Is it not?
Yes. But
yeah. So that is where my question was coming, that how else can we put it forth? Because I feel that at the end, at the actual end, you cannot really experience self realization, isn't it? You are already there. That so there is no question of experiencing that as a, to experience you are, there is a duality, right? Subject and object.
Yes.
So I'm coming from that point. So maybe sir can share more on this, whether even the question I'm raising is correct or not, or is it how else can you put this thing across in a more Vedantic, where we use the correct terms, is what my thing. Yeah, I understood completely what you said, and I feel you put for the meaning and everything beautifully for that shloka also. But this was why I raised that question.
Yeah, we'll see Vijayji's explanation.
Yeah, so let us take an example, simple example. Let's say you're looking at mirror. You're looking at mirror, when you notice the reflection in the mirror, you will see that as, oh, my eyebrows is not nice. Oh, I have to correct my hair. Oh, my colors are not right. Oh, what happened? like all that, you will notice. And when you notice, you say that, oh, I noticed and I removed. Oh, there was a stain here, I removed. So now let's continue with this example. So there's a mirror, there is you, and you're seeing the reflection in the mirror and you are correcting. Okay. Now you have recollection of that also. Okay, I saw that there was a stain here. That's why I was correcting. You will express it like that. Now, using this analogy, let's ask the fundamental question. Who's in the mirror? Of course, you. So, because you are there, you could notice what is in the mirror. Otherwise, there is no way to witness what is in the mirror. There is no one else to witness what is in the mirror. You yourself are appearing in the mirror. So, your mind is like that mirror, and you are the one who is reflecting there. And because you are there, you're able to notice what is appearing on the screen. Without you, there cannot be any perception, any cognition, any awareness. We say, oh, I am aware of this. I'm aware of the change happening. I'm aware of what I'm hearing right now. I'm aware of the smell. Right now, through these five senses, some information is coming, some sensation is coming to your screen called your mind. And the words you use to express that is, I'm aware. Oh, I'm aware of what is being spoken. I'm aware of other sounds around me. I'm aware of the smell around me. I'm aware of the sight in front of me. So like that we express. So if you notice just that sentence itself, I am aware of something. So here you are that one who is the very source of awareness. You all know this, the way to come to this clarity. If I start asking, so the sound, is it your ears which is aware of the sound? Though in the first instance it may appear like it is the ear which is aware of the sound, but when you notice a little deeply, there are some people who have ear, but they don't have the earring. So this ear itself cannot be the source of the awareness of the hearing. So therefore, I can safely say that it is necessary, but it is not the ultimate for hearing. Like that, if you go one more step further, so then what is the source of hearing? So the source of hearing cannot also be the brain, because in a dead person, there is brain, but hearing is not happening. So it cannot be the brain either. So none of the physical organs are the very source of hearing. They're necessary, they're essential, but they're not the root. They're not the root of the hearing. So where is hearing happening? Now, when you go one more step further, it must be happening from something that is not physically seen, not this physical ear, not this physical brain. So it is happening somewhere else. Oh, I heard it. Oh, it was such a nice sound. Oh, it's not such a nice sound. Whatever may be the qualification, that's a separate thing. You may say nice, not nice, that's a qualification of that sound. But the very act of hearing, from where is it coming? That is the first thing that Kavi is establishing here. That I am the very light of awareness. Whatever I am seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, tasting, all of that is bringing some kind of a sensation. And who is aware of all this sensation? You. Without you, where is the meaning for any of this sensation? What is world in the first place? What is world in the first place? It may seem like mountains, stars, galaxies, water, trees, animals. It may seem like that. But all of that is appearing to you through your five senses only, fundamentally, through seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and taste. All of this, whatever you call as the world, is nothing but whatever that appears through your five sensations. So the world exists only because you, the source of awareness, is there. Much like the image in the mirror can have a meaning only if you, the one who's seeing the reflection, is there. If you're not there, who is there to tell what is in the mirror? Much like that, who is there to become aware of all this, whatever that is being seen, heard, so on and so forth? You. And you, do you need any light to see? See, for example, you all have done this experiment. Just close your eyes, imagine a dark room, and if I start asking you questions, do you see a table? Do you see a book? If you are truly imagining a pitch dark room, you would say no. Why? Because there is no external light. So unless there is some external light, the objects in the world cannot be perceived. What is that light that is able to finally perceive? And if I, in the same pitch dark room experiment, if I ask you the question, can you see yourself? The answer is yes. You don't need any external light to see yourself. Why? You are the very source of awareness. You are awareness. And when that awareness reflects, shines on any other object, that object also gains the power of awareness. The sound, when it comes in front of you, is when it also becomes alive. It also gets the quality of awareness. It is you who is passing your power of awareness to that sound. Oh, it is Kannada. Oh, it is English. Oh, this is Samskrita. Oh, this is Shloka. Oh, this is Vedanta. Oh, this is movie. Oh, this is politics. All that can happen only after it has been recognized. And that recognition can be possible only by you, the divine light of the self. So all the world that seems to be appearing there ultimately is nothing but sensations. And it is in your presence that this world takes any kind of a name and form. So in that sense, the world has no separate existence without you. If you are not there, there is no way to say, is the world there or not? It is you, then the world can appear. Without you, there cannot be a separate existence for the world. Because to give existence, there has to be someone who is there as the very source of existence. Who is the very source of awareness? You. And where is all this world appearing? In you. So, in that sense, Lakshmidhara Kavi is saying, I, the very source of awareness, Atma Jyoti, I pervade everything. Because the Vishwa, what is Vishwa? Nothing but all this which is appearing through these five sensations. through these five senses, through the indriyas. And I must be something that is already beyond all this. And all of this is within me. So I then is pervading everything. This is how you can come to the clarity of what Lakshmidhara Kavi is saying. So let me first pause here, and we will take up the next question of how to express this, the question about the experience that we will take up next. But first, with respect to this explanation, is this bringing clarity? Are there further questions from Saravananji or Rajitaji or anyone else?
No, sir, it's clear, sir.
Yes, very clear, Vijay. So I think the sensations that you were talking about are nothing but, I think for that sensations, I am giving, I am Nama Rupa, that those words are similar to, I think those sensations I am calling it as experience, I think.
Absolutely. The sensation, when you start naming,
yes,
you start calling them as, oh, the mango was so tasty.
correct.
And if somebody comes and asks in the conversation, what was the experience of the mango? Very tasty, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So the sensations, see now, let's talk about knowledge. Let's assume, you've never been to Himalaya. Okay, let's say you've never stood in front of Chamundi Betta as an example. For example. And somebody comes and says, in Mysore, there is a hill called Chamundi Betta, and there are some 1,000 steps. Very nice, very scenic, I say. So now, it's also something that is coming through your senses only. Somebody told you, right? That
Yes.
sound about Chamundi Betta is coming to you. Now, in your mind, you're imagining something. That one you say, oh, it's simply some information, I say.
Correct.
At that moment, that is also an experience. But telling you about Chamundi Betta is also an experience. But you have not, you feel, I have not experienced Chamundi Betta. I'm only experiencing what the other person who has experienced the Chamundi Betta is narrating. So you're experiencing the experience of another person. And that's also kind of experience because, in that moment, you imagine Chamundi Betta in some way, you imagine the steps in some way, scenic beauty in some way. If all your life you've only seen grass, let's say, as an example, then, scenic may be, oh, Chamundi Betta is full of grass. So you may be imagining things like that.
Yes, yes.
But now after some days, let's say you're standing in front of Chamundi Betta. Oh, this is what they meant. That is also another experience. However, in both these, who is the one who is experiencing, in whose presence everything is being expressed? So that is where we need to distinguish experiencer and who is or what is the source of experience. You, the divine light of the self, is the source of both these experiences. Without you, neither of these experiences could have happened. So that's why you are the pure light of awareness. Pure, meaning what? You're not contaminated by that experience or this experience. However, in the transactional world, you would express, oh, you know what I say? I heard about Chamundi Betta. It was, I imagined it to be full of grass. And now I stand in front of Chamundi Betta. I see, oh, it is nothing but so many trees, big ones, tall ones, small ones. I had a different imagination. Now I have a different understanding. So like that, you'll express
my
something.
perception is changed.
But the question is, who is the one who is expressing like this? Who is the one who's expressing like this?
light of the self.
Though it is the presence of the light of the self, in that moment, there is a entity that has come up who is saying, I am experiencing. So if somebody questions a little and asks, hey, who is this who said that day I had that experience and this day this experience? The first level answer generally is me, Rajita, me, Vijay, me, Padma. Who are you? Hey, can you not see me? This fellow. So this is where generally the answer fizzles out. So there is a sense of somebody during that experience who's resisting, who's narrating, who's telling that story. But now that we are in Vedanta, if we go a little deeper, who is this I who said all this? You will notice that it is not this body. The body did not make up the I. So it is not also the brain. So in the mind, who is that? That is where we understand through Vedanta, there is a perception of me as a separate entity called ego, ahankara. So some sense of, who I am. That thought has come up, and most often when we are expressing in life, we express through that ego entity. You know who I am? I was such a stupid fellow, I say. I imagined Chamandibetta to be so simply grass. Now I understand. So, such a stupid fellow. Now I am very intelligent fellow, right? So why did I say I'm such a stupid fellow? Because now I want to show myself as a very intelligent fellow. Now I am intelligent. Back then I was stupid fellow. So there's a stupid fellow kind of a ego that came up. There's an intelligent fellow kind of an ego that has come up. And uh, I have this expression. This is how we do our transactional conversations.
Vyavaharika.
A Vyavaharika. A ego entity comes up. A separate entity comes up. A separate self comes up. And what Vedanta is teaching is this separate self is actually not there. This separate self, which called itself as I'm stupid, I imagined it to be grass, or this separate self, which is now observing this and saying, oh, I now know I'm so intelligent. Both are powered. Both are powered because of you, the divine light of the self is there. And you are neither that stupid nor this intelligent fellow. Neither that person who had the experience of hearing somebody else express the Chamandi Betta, nor this fellow who is currently claiming to be seeing the Chamandi Betta. Both are simply sensations appearing and disappearing in your presence. So in that ultimate analysis, who do you claim the experience with? Who is the other one in front of whom you will say, I had this experience? In that ultimate analysis, you cannot use the word experience. However, in the Vyavaharika world, you still say, such a mind-blowing experience, I say. We use all such words, which is perfectly okay. As long as we see it in the Vedantic way and we realize the Vedantic clarity that you are neither that nor this. You are none of the experiences, nor are you any of the experiencer. You are the very source that brings to power all these different experiencers, and all the experiences, you are beyond that. As long as that clarity is there, then from a Vyavaharika, you can express.
Very clear, Vijay. Thank you. And because Padmaji raised this question, the concept went deeper inside me also. So I'm thankful to Padmaji also. Thank you, Padmaji.
No worries, Raghu. I think this is a natural question. Like, see, even I feel like that. Many things you understand for yourself, but when you want to explain it to somebody else, that is where the challenge comes because of the limitation of the language again.
Correct.
Yes, yes.
So whatever we have discussed, Padmaji, so far, has that brought clarity to the question about experience part and the expression of the experience?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the how I understood is, as long as you have the understanding of what is the correct, I mean, the right way of understanding it, the how you express it doesn't really it doesn't define the entire thing. Your understanding can be different because there is a limitation to how you can express it.
See, right now, when you and I are conversing, you have to take the role of Padmaji, I have to take the role of Vijay, and we have to have a conversation. Now, maybe you can go a little deeply, who is this Padma? And I can go deeply, who is this Vijay? All that is there. But ultimate answer is, this is also a passing experience. Or it's a passing. It's coming and going. After some time, this satsanga will end. But in whose presence all of this is happening? Who is that? Who is aware of what has been asked, what is being told, what is the conversation happening? In whose presence all of this is happening? As long as I notice that, who is this I who is noticing that, then that's also a very important question. Who is this I who is noticing? Ultimately, in the mirror, who is the one who is noticing the reflection in the mirror? It's you only, the very source only. The very source only looks into the mirror and recognizes, this is how I look. Oh, this is who I am. So in that sense, the mirror helps. In that sense, the mirror helps. But also the mirror can cause confusion.
Yeah.
So, as long as these distinctions are clear, then in the Vyavaharika, you have to take the Vyavaharika way of dealing with it.
Yeah, got it, sir. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any other questions or anything else that you would like to add based on what you've heard so far? Anupama ji, Satya ji, Saranam ji, Vidya ji, Deepa ji.
No, ji.
Clear, Vijay.
All right. So, great. So then, if there is no further questions on number 6, then we can move on to the next shloka, number 7. Who would like to pick up? Deepa ji, would you like to pick up question number 7? Shloka number 7. You can chant, you can read out the meaning, and then you can share your viewpoint in how we can realize this particular shloka, and then we can have a conversation.
Okay. Nahi bhanadrite sattvam narte bhanam chito chitaha jissamhedopi nadhyasadrate tenaham madhyaha. Existence is not possible without illumination, and illumination cannot exist in the inert. Even the apparent mixing of consciousness and inertness happens only due to superimposition. Therefore, I am non-dual. Existence is not possible without illumination. And illumination cannot exist in the inert. This existence is not possible without me. In the sense, only when I am awake, I see the world. So I am the light. And illumination cannot exist in the inert. And this illumination is not possible without me. If I'm sleeping, then I will not witness what is going on in the world. Even the apparent mixing of consciousness and inertness happens only due to superimposition. Therefore, apparent mixing of consciousness happens only due to I did not understand this line, sir. Even the apparent mixing of consciousness and inertness happens only due to the superimposition.
Okay. Does anyone like to share your viewpoint to help Deepaji? How to understand this line, even the apparent mix?
Can I, Vijayji?
Yes, Anupamaji.
Well, let us go back to the example given by Vijayji. Mirror is there, I am there, and I am seeing myself in the mirror. So, how am I seeing myself in the mirror? Only I am there. The mirror can be always there. But only when I go there and see, I can see myself in the mirror. Or other times, some other thing may be reflected in the mirror. Right? So,
Yes.
to reflect something, wait, existence is not possible without illumination. The illumination coexists with exist in the inert. So there is a reflecting surface, and there is one Chetana. One reflecting surface is there. One Chetana. Chetana. Okay, me. I am there. Okay. So I am seeing myself through the mirror, and that is why I am thinking, oh, my hair is not right. Oh, I need to keep my bindi, everything. It is because of this superimposition. I am it. There is a mixing. There is a combination of this reflecting surface and me. And because of this superimposition, all the other illumination is happening, right? Even though it appears to be two things, me as a Chetana and the one reflection in the mirror, I am not dual. I am still only one, this person. I am only reflected in the mirror, though it seems to be two.
Yeah.
Am I correct, Vijayji?
Yeah. So let's also hear Anupamaji. Are there any other ways of expressing this? It's all in the expression. So your final conclusion is correct. How do you arrive at that? Let's see whether there are other ways of arriving at it.
Yes.
Are there any other expressions of this?
Yeah, Vijayji. Am I audible?
Yeah. Please go ahead, Satyaji.
Okay. So yeah, what Anupama said, that makes sense. It's like there was a tree that has fallen in the forest. So if there is no one to hear that, did the tree even fall? So both the Jada and the consciousness, they arise and they appear and disappear in the presence of consciousness. So we can say that it is non-dual, though it is looked at as a mirror is separate and the reflection is separate and the person and the I is separate. Both exist, appear and disappear at the same time. So it cannot be separated. That is why here when it is said as illumination is nothing but the consciousness or the awareness. So without knowing, nothing can happen. So if there is no knowing, there is nothing that can be said that this is there. The existence also cannot be noticed without knowing. That's all, Vijayji.
So there, one thing that I would like to prompt Satyaji, correct the Jada is appearing and disappearing, but Chetana is not appearing and disappearing.
It's always there.
It's always there.
And the Jada is noticed only because of the presence of
the Chetana. Correct. So therefore, when we ask the fundamental question, what is existence? We say, oh, tree exists, the plant exists, the book exists, the person exists, the mountain exists, the star exists. So we see the presence of so many types of objects. And in those objects, we also notice various qualities. The objects have different kinds of gunas. We notice all of it. And all of this put together, we simply call it as existence. Oh, that is what, oh, it exists. All of this exists. We simply say like that. But what really exists, when you and I ask that fundamental question, what really exists? The tree, does it really exist without somebody knowing that the tree exists? Can there be a tree without somebody knowing that there is a tree? The answer is, like how Satyaji said, it cannot be answered. Some object, somewhere, it exists. How do you and I know? Only if you and I can know, can you and I say it exists. Please notice that sentence. Only if you and I can know about something, then only that thing can exist. Otherwise, there is no way to even talk about it, to have any kind of recognition about it. So, the very source of existence is the recognition, the illumination, the awareness of it. Only when you are aware of it, can it exist. Otherwise, there is no way we can even have any kind of a discussion about it, whether it exists or not. All that becomes simply meaningless discussion. So therefore, the simplest thing is, for anything to exist, there has to be you, who is the very source of the illumination, the source of awareness of that existence. So that's the first point. And it cannot be in the inert. We already saw that example. Is it your ear that is hearing? No. Is it your eye that is seeing? No. So all of this, which are the instruments of all this perception, we simply call them as inert, Jada. Because we also know that, all these organs of perception can still be seen in a dead body, but still the perception cannot be seen. So therefore, we can clearly see that these organs are necessary but not sufficient. So therefore, this is classified as inert. They're there. Dipaji, is there some question?
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
So the organs being there is not enough. So that something else is there. Only because of that can that perception happen. So all of this that is necessary but not sufficient is generally called as inert, Jada. All of that is necessary but not sufficient is simply called as Jada. All the Jada can have existence only with the presence of the Chetana. And what is Chetana in this whole equation? You. Only you are Chetana. Rest everything that seems to be coming and going is Jada. Because none of them have the consciousness or the quality of awareness by themselves. The sound by itself is not speaking. The ear by itself is not hearing. The sight by itself, whatever the object by itself is not being seen. So there is some seer, hearer, smeller. So that is you. And rest everything that is perceived is generally called as Jada. However, what happens when you're looking at the mirror, you look at, oh, this is me. Right now I'm seeing this. Oh, oh, I'm wearing right. Oh, nice. Or no, not nice. All that. So there is a certain appearance that is there in the mirror in that point in time. And there is a mix up that whatever that is being seen in the mirror is who I am. That is superimposition. That form that is appearing with this hairstyle, with this dress, that is who I am. But I am not that. I am the one who is aware of that. That clarity, because it does not exist, I get confused with whatever that is appearing there as me. The mirror, oh, its mirror is showing me. No. The one who is aware of the mirror is you, not the one that is being shown in the mirror. This is the mix-up. What is in the mirror is Jada. It is not you. It is not Chetana. Mirror cannot speak by itself. Without you, the mirror cannot speak by itself. Without you, you cannot even have a statement whether the mirror exists in the first place without you. Meaningless statement, right? Without you, that object cannot be there. So, the object in the mirror is Jada. However, there is a superimposition. There is oh, this is who I am. This is who I am. Whatever I see in the mirror is who I am. Look, I look so ugly. Oh, it is so not nice. All this is towards whatever you're seeing in the mirror. That is superimposition. Because the consciousness, the Chetana, is superimposed on the Jada. Even the Jada seems to move. Look, it talks, it wobbles, it dances, it does so many things. So there is a mix-up. That is Chetana. Which one? The one that you're seeing in the mirror. That is not Chetana. Chetana is like the electricity. To draw an analogy, Chetana is like the electricity because of which the fan rotates. When the electricity flows through fan, it rotates. When the electricity flows through a computer, you hear a song or you see a video. When the electricity flows through some other object, say such as a fridge, it cools. It's the same electricity, but in different objects, it brings out different gunas of that object. Likewise, when that Chetana, in the presence of the Chetana, the cat meows. In the presence of the Chetana, the dog barks. In the presence of the Chetana, somebody speaks Kannada. Somebody speaks Tamil. Somebody says beautiful. Somebody says ugly. Somebody says I hate you. Somebody says I love you. All these things, all the expressions are only because of there is a Chetana. And that Chetana is only you. There is no other Chetana. So the inert has no separate existence by itself. The inert is simply some change appearing in the ocean of consciousness and disappearing into the ocean of consciousness. Water only appearing as the wave and disappearing. Water is who you are. And the wave is a temporary formation of the water. That wave appeared and the wave disappeared. Wave has no separate existence apart from water. Where is wave without water? But there is a superimposition. That was a tsunami. This is a Chotu wave. All that is naming the forms. And that form also has no permanent existence apart from, in the memory, a association with it. And memory itself is in the consciousness. And all of this is consciousness only appearing as different. Water only appearing as different waves. It is consciousness only, it is awareness only appearing as the mind, appearing as the intellect, appearing as the aham, appearing as the mana, appearing as the world. All of this is projected and annihilated. And none of it has separate existence. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion. Therefore, Advaita, there is no separation. All of this is in me. And that me is all pervading, the very source of all this magic show. Deepaji, is this whole thing bringing clarity?
Yes, sir.
Any questions or any statements based on what we've discussed so far on this shloka? Hari Om Kamalaji.
No, sir.
Hari Om Vijayji.
You have anything to add, ask?
No, it's clear.
Wonderful. So, so today then, we have seen the shloka 6 and the shloka 7. Do we continue to one more shloka, or do we pause here and we can end our session by listening to Dakshinamurti Stotra, which deals with, especially the main shloka part, deals with this subject only, this subject of how the projection is happening, how the superimposition is happening. Do we want to end by listening to that, or do we want to continue to another shloka?
Vijayji, should we can I talk about the awareness and which shape us up, that causes this illusion.
Yeah. So, Tarunji, you have a question, or?
Yeah. So without, there is no other. Okay, I give life to everything. What I'll just stop there. I give life to everything, right? Without me, there is no other.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, these different objects appear, okay? And again, they're all illusion and superimposition, you can say. And, Is there a way to make
Sarunji,
sense
really
of?
apologize. Unable to hear you clearly, Ji. Can you please come closer to the mic?
Okay, let me try to. I'll just walk out. How's it now?
Yeah, please speak few more things, Ji. Then I will know.
Yeah, how's it now? How's it now?
Yeah, seems to be
Hello.
better. Yeah, please continue, Ji.
Okay. So what I was saying is, there is no other without me giving life, right? So other exists because I see, or uh, because of me, and all these appearances. I was always thinking like, should I try to make sense out of why do some things appear?
That is
There has to be some reason for any appearance.
again, that is a concept, of a mind which has a belief that everything has to have a reason. See, what is reason? So, for example, it is the cause and the effect. Oh, if there is a mango tree, there has to be a mango seed. Okay, what is the reason why the uh, fruit came? Because of the seed. Okay, like that, then, we ask the natural next question. What is the reason for the seed? So, like that, that's a logical tendency to ask that question. But there are two important questions to stem that from going beyond, because a why kind of a reasoning, why, a why reasoning beyond the first or the second level of why is impossible to answer. Okay, why is leaf green? Because of chlorophyll. Why chlorophyll is there? There itself suddenly, the ability to answer becomes shattered. Why is chlorophyll there in the first place? So if you are a physicist, you may say, you know what chlorophyll does? Chlorophyll, light has 7 colors, and it absorbs some color frequencies. It reflects some other color frequencies. So therefore, the chlorophyll appears as green. But you know what? Why chlorophyll is there? It is needed, yeah. Otherwise, how will you absorb that energy? Like that, a physicist may give you some explanation which may be acceptable to that mind or not acceptable. But the foundational question is, who is the one who is asking all these questions? Who is the one who is asking all these questions? So there is a certain identity that has arisen, and that identity is wanting to know. So what Vedanta is helping you and me see is, even this identity is an appearance. It is not, it is not at all stopping you from asking that question. As a physicist, as you continue to deepen that, you may find out something that is meaningful and valuable for a transactional life to continue, right? All these questions are meaningful and valuable from a transactional viewpoint, but from the ultimate reality viewpoint, it cuts to the chase, which is, okay, who is the one who's asking that question? Notice that even that one who's asking that question is appearing, is a wave that is appearing and disappearing. That questioner is not always there. That questioner is not there in the dream. That questioner who's asking why the chlorophyll is there is not there in the dream. In the dream, there is some other situation, some other questions, or some other answers, or some other situations. So the questioner is an appearing and disappearing phenomena. And recognize in whose presence all of this is happening is the simplest cutting to the chase viewpoint that Vedanta provides, not to stop you from continuing to question, but to help you the context in which the question is happening and the totality in which the question is happening. If the question is still relevant to that mind, Continue to focus. Does this bring clarity, Ji?
Okay. I need to sit on it for some more. Yeah, but yeah, it's happening. Even the questionnaire is not it's not the real one.
Yeah. So for some things to happen, some things are needed. As an example, right now, for this conversation to happen, there is a Zoom, and Zoom is based on certain computer technology, network technology, hardware technology, so many software technology. So all these are, we can express all this in the form of various kinds of science and engineering concepts. But the foundational questions are taken as basis. So foundational aspect is energy. All of this is fundamentally energy. Electricity is energy. The hardware that you see is nothing but energy in different kinds of molecules formation. All the software that you see is nothing but flow of energy. So all of this is energy foundationally, fundamentally, appearing as different shapes and forms. However, we have given a name. This is hardware, this is software, this is network, this is protocol, so on and so forth. And we've made all of this come together and we've fit it into some kind of a working model. So the only question is, we can continue to focus on the working model or simply shift the attention to energy. Okay, what is energy? Can that be answered? Yes, in the most simplest intuitive way. I am energy. That's all. That's all it is. And energy, why energy exists? That's the very nature of me. Why am I blissful? That's the very nature of me. Why am I peaceful? That's my swarupa. That's how it is. That's all it is. Because in one sense, what is the most zeroth state where there is no effort needed? So in that sense, when I ask that question, even from a physics viewpoint, the state of peace where there is no movement seems like a zero state where all potential can exist without necessarily having to express. So in that sense, I can find some kind of a logical conclusion to that questioning.
Yeah.
It's like asking the other question, which is why the child plays. Child simply plays. That's its nature. Why the sun shines? That's its nature. Why are you awareness? That is who you are.
Okay. Yeah.
But the questioner may not get satisfied with the questions.
I got it. Yeah.
All right. Are there any other viewpoints or questions? Is there any other expression of what Sarvanji asked? All right. So yeah, so I gave a choice. Padmaji, Anupamaji, or anyone, do you want to make a choice?
Vijayji, today's Guruji's message is about this only.
Which one? Ji?
Today we are talking about What is that?
Which
The
message?
Brahman. Why am I? How I am Brahman? How I am the Chetana, the pure consciousness. That is what is Guruji's message is today.
Do you have a message? Do you want to read it out?
It is. Can I forward you that?
Sure. Where is that message, Ji?
In our Sadguru teachings, Guru Vijayji.
Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at the group where Prabhuji is saying everything is Brahman only. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Space, wind, all are Brahman plus Nama plus Rupa. If you become aware of the space, silent mind is involved. One who is aware is space is Brahman. That's the message you are talking about, Ji?
Yes, Ji.
Okay. Okay. I see. Okay, so there is a question from Samatma Jyoti. And the question is, when the pure Brahman is reflected by the mind, it is reflected as space. When we see the objects of the world in the reflection, they are the shadows. They are the chitta vrittis, agitations of the mind. But is space only the reflected Brahman in a still lake of the mind? Or is space Brahman himself? That is the question. And Prabhuji is saying, everything is Brahman only. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Space, wind, all the things that we see, all are Brahman. But Brahman plus the superimposition, which is Nama and Rupa. Brahman, the water only, water plus, big wave, small wave, like that naming. Yeah, naming to the form. Nama Rupa. Brahman plus Nama Rupa. When you become aware of the space, meaning what? You start noticing the container in which all these objects are appearing and disappearing. So as you simply become aware of the space, without giving too much of attention to the appearance and disappearance of objects, mind starts becoming silent. So that's why Prabhuji is saying, if you become aware of the space, silent mind is involved. Mind becomes silent. Mind is where all these vrittis, all these appearances and disappearance, the waves are appearing. So mind becomes silent. The one who is aware of the space is Brahman. The one who is seeing the mirror is Brahman, is what Prabhuji is also saying. Is this what you meant, Anupamaji? Is this the message you meant? Anupamaji, are you there? Okay, Anupamaji has disappeared. All right. So what to do when something...
Sorry, Ji. It was Akshat calling. Sorry.
No problem, Ji. No, so not sure if you heard. Is this the message what we just now shortly discussed? Is this what you pointed at?
Yes, Vijayji. How I am Brahman, he has explained. No.
Yeah.
It is like space. When there is silence, it is reflected.
Yeah.
It cannot be experienced because I am that.
Yeah. In a way, it is experienced temporarily. See,
as peace or happiness.
Correct. In that sense, it is an experience, but in the ultimate analysis, it is not an experience.
When I say it is a happiness, again, it is a memory from...
And going by that token, anger is also me only. Jealousy is also me only. But not a permanent aspect of me. Appearing and disappearing aspects of me. Make sense?
Yes, Ji. This superimposition.
Yes.
Is coming here.
All
these masalas needs to be there.
So it is like, in the beginning of a movie, let's say there is a murder mystery. The director can draw you in only if a mystery is created. He shows a murder, he shows so many confusing situations. Everybody is a suspect for you. And slowly he has to unravel, no? He has to, otherwise, how will you pay money? How will you sit there? So for the next 2.5 hours, he has to unravel slowly. So like that, Brahman is constantly involved in this mystery.
Nice, na Vijayji. The
Yeah.
role of Maya has become very important.
Yeah. So avarana, so without that cloak of avarana, without that cloak, initial, in the beginning, the mystery, who has done it? Without that cloak. So then slowly as you remove the cloak and you start realizing the projection. So without these two, where is the masala? Otherwise, Brahman is a very lonely fellow, all alone, nothing to do, nowhere to go. So what to do? Something maja. All right. So are there any other points? Any other questions? All right. If nothing
No.
else, let us conclude this session here. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.